important thing is that the University of Suffolk won't be for everyone. Everybody has different needs, different preferences. So I would say the first thing is make sure you do a lot of research to find the university that suits you. As for the University of Suffolk, we are a young university. We're very modern and we're not afraid of doing things a bit differently because we don't have that historical side sort of weighing us down. So our classes are typically smaller than at other larger universities, which some may like. In addition, we have those modern facilities. We have the really community feeling because, again, we've got those smaller class sizes, and as well as being located in Ipswich. Ipswich is not one of those huge mega cities in the UK like London or like Manchester, where you've got, thousands and thousands of people. It's a smaller town. It's really compact. You're seeing people that you know frequently, bumping into people that you've met before. So for those who are looking for a little bit more of a relaxed student experience, somewhere where they can land and really find themselves, they can learn about the place around them without feeling rushed or pressured to learn everything immediately, that's the kind of experience you're getting at the University of Suffolk. Our student support is really, really strong, particularly in terms of careers support, but also with things like wellbeing support, initial support once students arrive with bank details and, help with organising accommodation, payments, things like that. We are able to have those really genuine one-to-one connections with students throughout their experience. We accept a wide range of English language tests. I know particularly the ones that we get asked about in Pakistan are PTE, TOEFL, Oxford International, Digital, ELLT, IELTS, tests like this. These are the kinds that we accept. Again, speaking about research, they are all on the website, clearly listed with the exact grades that you will need to get. And some of them even have discount codes if you haven't taken your test yet. We do accept medium of instruction for the majority of our postgraduate courses, and you can see the full details of whether we already accept your university or whether you can submit your degree for consideration, again, on the website. It should be a relatively simple process to go through of checking the list. If your university is already on there, you're good to go. Just submit your degree and your letter of English proficiency and we can go from there. And if it's not, you can submit the waiver form for us to consider. Of course, if you are working with TCL Global for your recruitment, for your application process, they will help you through every step of the way. I'll start with the part-time opportunities within the university as a starting point. So the first thing that students can get involved in is the Student Ambassador Scheme. This is a very common thing offered at a number of universities across the UK, and it's essentially a job where you can help with activities and events and representing the university while you're studying with us. It is relatively easy to get involved in. We do a recruitment drive every year to get more student ambassadors. You submit your application, come along to a group interview, and we go from there. The kinds of things they can get involved with aren't just sticking to your typical campus tours and, doing open days. We have had students come in and do research projects for the international team to look at future markets and look at where we might be the most successful. We have had students come in and do talks specifically on their course. So they're not just showing facilities, they're actually sharing their student experience. We get them to join in on quite a lot of our webinars. I'm sure there are some people listening who may recognise my voice from the many webinars we run each year. And we get our students involved in that to speak to the international applicants who may wish to find out a bit more about the international experience. There are opportunities to go to schools in the local area and do talks. So it's a real wide variety, and it is entirely up to the student which jobs they apply for and which jobs they don't apply for, basically. We just have an online portal. They can put their name down for a job, And if they get picked, they work it, they get paid the standard rate. So it's really flexible around when their studies might be a bit more intense, when they might have a bit more free time. So that's just one of the opportunities within the university. Another is the micro-placement scheme, which is something I have not seen at other institutions yet. It is a placement within the university. It's 30 hours over 10 weeks. So it's 3 hours per week. Fits in really well with studies and with other work if they wish to use the full 20 hours. And this is working within teams on live projects. So it's really meaningful work that they're doing. We have had students working on specific international student support within the careers team. We have had students in the international team working on social media campaigns. So from start to finish, what will the campaign be? What are we envisioning? All the way through to these are the finalised posts, edits, copies ready to go out on our social media pages. This is then, of course, UK work on a CV. This is, I have worked within this team on this project, and you can see it here. You can see it online. You can see that they picked up the platform that I recommended. And it's a great way to get that onto your CV. Speaking of outside of the university, you have the kind of standard student jobs, the ones where people are looking to hire casual workers for part-time work, weekends, evenings. So restaurants, cafes, fast food services, hospitality, retail. I've had a number of students go out and start working in places like department stores nearby, and we had one working at a cricket club doing their data analysis. So that was a really unique job that she managed to get. I will also say we have an internal platform which is called Handshake. And this is a jobs board, not just for when students are studying, but also for afterwards. And they just put in their profile what their skills are, and it will recommend jobs to them. So students don't have to worry about, how do I know that this is a legit job? How do I know that it's all going to be, I'm going to be treated well, it's going to be a reputable employer? We already have that on the jobs board with jobs that we know are going to be good, properly paid, and they're going to be well looked after. Yeah, there's a couple of things that don't quite fit into the actual finding jobs box. We have 3 platforms currently, and they all have these distinct uses. So we have eCareers Grad, which, if I'm honest, has just come on board. So I need to remind myself of what that one does. But the 2 that we've had for quite a long time and are quite well established at the university are Handshake, which I've just mentioned, and Future Me. Future Me is a self-development platform. It's got development courses for soft skills, transferable skills, but also things like a CV checker. So if students are thinking, I really need to sort my CV out, but I don't want to go into the uni, I'm quite shy, I don't feel confident doing that yet, they can get started by using our online platform to do those initial checks, to check, their interview competence, to check their CV online, uploading it. Then when they get into the university and they can come along to the enterprise and careers zone and meet with their specific careers advisor, which is usually based on either course level, so we have postgraduate one, or by school, so they can get bespoke advice related to their subject. They can come in and have those workshops and conversations, but they can also make use of body swaps, which is a VR system. It was recently featured in BBC News. They pop the headsets on and they have the little hand controllers, and they actually attend mock interviews with these kind of cartoon interviewers. And it measures things like how much eye contact are you maintaining, because that will make you feel confident in your skills. How concise are you being with what you're saying to answer the questions? Are you waffling on, or are you being quite concise and to the point? It measures these things so that you're getting practice of interviewing before you actually get into that situation, before you're having to kind of throw into the deep end of, well, I've attended an interview, what went wrong, what didn't. They can have that practice, and they can go down, book in and use it as many times as they want in the career zone. Don't worry too much. If there's anything we need from you, we'll tell you straight away. As soon as things are ready, we will let you know. I know that it's a very, very stressful time. I myself have applied for many visas in my life, and it's always that sort of nerve-wracking, oh goodness, I've been waiting for a week, 2 weeks, I don't know what's happening, do they need anything, have they suddenly forgotten my email address? We will always maintain that contact with you. So essentially, no news is good news, because the next thing you should hear is that your CAS has been released. I will also say though, if there is anybody who is in that area, you're waiting for CAS, you've submitted documents, you're applying for your visa, the support doesn't end there. From the international team, we don't sort of hand you over and go, okay, bye-bye, see you in September. You can always get in touch with us, and we will be more than happy to offer any advice we can, or to get you in touch with the teams that will be offering advice when you start. You don't have to wait until your start date to get in touch with the careers team or the student support team. We can start those conversations as soon as you need them. For anyone who is looking to apply, we are open for January. We have 7 master's courses for January. We have our 4 postgraduate business, we have computer science, and we have MSc adult nursing and MSc diagnostic radiography. I won't go through all of them, but I will say there is detailed information on our website. We try to make it as easy as possible for you to get hold of the information. So for any information on that, you can see it on the website, or you can drop TCL a message, and I'm sure they would be happy to walk you through the different courses that are available and what would suit you best. For any of the other courses, we're looking at September 2025. If you are listening to this thinking September 2025, that's so far away. It's not. It's a trick. It's closer than you think. If you are already thinking maybe I want to study in September, start your planning now. The earlier you plan, the less stress you will experience in your process. So it sounds far away, but it will come round, and the more you prepare now, the more you'll thank yourself when you do get to that stage. Thank you for hosting me here. It was a pleasure to talk to you.